Hey traders, John Hell here. Today, I want to give you a bit of an update across the markets. I really believe that we are getting ready for a bit of a short-term drop in the markets. Now, I'm not sure about the Russell and the Dow. Question mark there, but it could be something setting up there. But Nasdaq, S&P, and also the gold and silver price there as well too. So let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into the update today. Let's actually start off with the Russell, why don't we? Why don't we start off with the Russell today? So the Russell, the really big thing that I'm still noticing with the Russell is this little beauty right here. Check out this beauty right here, right? Starts with the bottom left here, right? Is that 6 months? What was that? Right, so we can see that I'm just trying to draw a trend line from here, right? You can see that that's there to there. You know, if we had something going on through there, but it's also it's actually broken below. Now, okay. Now I just noticed something. Check this out. So we did actually have this trend line here, right? That was actually pretty valid in the market, wasn't it? Like that, right there. Right. That was actually pretty valid, wasn't it? So yeah, check that. All right, check that out. So if I remove that through there, see we actually had this low point, and we come back down. We've actually been rejecting that level through there quite a bit of time. We do actually have something else going there. Maybe that's through there, but let's actually just use this trend line here, okay? What does this all mean when it comes down to the big picture things? So the big picture here is this. This is when you know you have what's called a slingshot move in the markets, but we need confirmation first, right? Confirmation. And for me and my personal trading course, now by the way, guys, in that free course, I teach you my trading system for free, okay? So if you want to know how do I trade the markets, I trade the patterns, right, guys? So the number one thing to you as a trader is we must be focusing on like, what are we actually looking for at the markets? The biggest mistake I see a lot of traders make is this. They go to the market, they go, should I be in now? Should I be out now? Should I buy now? Should I not now? Oh, this look, all right, brain fart, right? Big brain fart, right? Big brain fart. And why I'm saying that, guys, is that like the foundations to your success is this. When you go to the markets, do you know exactly, when you close your mind, you say, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And then you go to the markets looking for that, right? Because let me ask you a question. If you knew that there was a setup out there, that you knew that one, had a very high win-loss ratio, two, it's likely to make you a profit, and three, it has the potential of making a really big move, would you know what to look for? Would you know, would you not want to find that? Well, guess what? Every day when I'm looking at the markets, guess what? I'm looking for that type of setup, right? And I really only have one, maybe two types of setups, but it's under the umbrella of the same type of rules that I follow, right? So the thing is, like, I'm really only looking for two main type of setups in the markets, and that's it. And I'm going to that, especially I have two levels in, right? Level number one, level number two, in the actual trading course that I teach in the trading course, in that link in the description there. But the thing is this, guys, right? The thing is this, is that when I'm trading the markets, guess what? I'm trying to identify the pattern. Here's the thing, okay? If you actually want to do really well out of trading, there has to be some sort of, you know, professionalism to that. And one of the biggest things that I learned in my trading career so far, over the last 20 years of trading the markets, is a lot of the times I sucked big dogs, you know, rear end, right? Because it's like I just wasn't treating this with respect. I wasn't treating it seriously. And then there was all over red rubber, right? So the purpose of me bringing this back to here is that that's the first thing I do say there. But the reason why I bring that up now is because I've seen this pattern form so many times in the market. And what is that? That is, we have this low point down here, and now we are identifying this level all through here. Now, what does that actually mean to us? That's the last 1 year. Let's go the last 6 months. Let's go to the last 3 months. Now, hear me out. We have this resistance level up through here. Okay, so that's that resistance level all through there. Let's take you off. Okay. And we also can see that we've got possibly something going on down through maybe there. But we definitely have something going on down through there, don't we? As you can see. We definitely trying to that level through there, right? So that through there, we go to the last 6 months. I'm just trying to see what would the trend line I'll be using to see this here. Now, bear with me, guys, okay? Because I'm trying to share with you. This is the big thing here, okay? When I'm looking at the markets, I'm trying to see what is the market actually telling me. If your chart looks like this, let me show you. Let me show you how my chart used to look like. Okay, so let's go to my charts. These are all the different charts that I've either saved or it's been pre-saved or whatever. But let's just go all indicators. This is how my chart used to look like. You know, this is how my chart used to look like. Oh, I have the volume down here. Oh, I have the RSI down the bottom here. Oh, I don't have one stochastic. I have two stochastics. Oh, I have, what's that, 4 moving averages? At least 3. Oh, and I also have the Bollinger Bands in there. Oh my goodness, like ripping today. Now, what is the biggest issue that I found with myself by utilizing this here was the confusion in the markets, right? I was just like, oh man, I'm just so confused. Now, what do? I just trade like this, right? For me, most of my time I'm trading, let's just do this here. Most of my time I'm trading like this. And then obviously when I want to start to utilize some moving averages, I start to put on one moving average to utilize that. The reason why this, guys, right? Because there's so much power in the market, right? There's so much the market can tell us, because that's the main thing, right? It's like the markets. And when we start to get much better at reading the markets, we can start to identify things like I'm about to share with you right now. There's a point behind what I'm trying to say here, right? So we have this low point here, low point here. Why is that so important? Because we definitely know, firstly, we definitely do know that this whole level through here has been rejecting, right? Low rejection. We've actually got a lot of rejections, right? We had a lot of rejections all through here. Why is that important? Here's the thing. I'm always right now, I'm wondering, I'm trying to say, okay, is this going to be a strong high low before we say a big move up move, or is it going to break down? And because if I look at this from low to high point, look at this here, that low to high point, we've been holding this level through here right now. That's that 50 to 60% level. And now we're below here, right? So we've actually broken out to the downside, as you can see. And we're now well below this level here. So it actually broke to the downside. This could be a false breakdown, hold, and a rally back out. Now, here's the thing. What do we see through here? What am I looking for? I'm looking for this, right? I'm looking for to see, okay, now I'm looking for to see an actual break back above that line, because I know it's been rejecting it all through here, even through here. And I'm looking for this to get back above that line through there, and at least definitely start to make a move from there. And in the back of my mind, right, the if scenarios, if this does happen, then I know that this would be a low, a higher low, and a good old FB or FBD, false breakdown, right? The FBD, right? There you go. It's an FBD pattern. So we can see that, right? Now, why is that so powerful? Because in the back of my mind, if we get something like that, that could be the start of a really big move. I'm expecting a 3,000 Russell or IWM. In this case, what we're looking at right now, I'm expecting a $300, this one. But there's layers here, right? Now, if I see that, that could be the higher low. And then I start to bring this out a lot more to see we actually have this level all through here, right? Which is indeed, as you can see, that $210 level is indeed a significant support level. This is one of the main indices I'm focusing on, guys. And this is the reason why I focus for the first 10 minutes. I'm trying to drill down to show you this pattern, because for me, guys, I'm trying to look for the gold nuggets, right? Now, I'm not talking about gold here, right? It's like gold had its move already. I believe gold could be having another move soon, but not yet. Gold could be, it might take another month for gold to get ready to have another big move, right? Leave gold alone. If you didn't get gold, you missed out on gold, right? You missed out on it. And by the way, guys, gold was just simply a trading setup for me, right? That's the reason why. Anyway, so the reason why I'm excited about Russell is because, as I said before, this point through here is what? That could be that higher low, because we have the low through here and we have a higher low through here. And also we broke down. But if we start to get back above, right? Start to get back above that, and then we start to get back above the 210, guess where it's likely to go? I see there's a lot, there's a thing called white space. Look at this here. Guess what's going to happen? You see that? Do you see what I see? Amazing, right? It's like, oh my goodness, right? So that's why, guys, like checking out this level here, I'm doing this analysis for you. I'm like, this could be something really, really big here. So I want to start to see, do we start to get the early signs that is starting to happen? And what is that early signs? Let's go back to the good old 6 month. Right, there we go. Or at least we'll go 1 year, right? What is that early sign? The early sign is this, right? Ooh, right. Da, right? Above this level here. We get something like that. Jump on, right? It's like, so anyway, that's what I'm saying there with the Russell, right? Let's go look at the Dow Jones. Now, the Dow Jones is doing something really similar. Something different, but we could be getting... There's these weird patterns that I'm seeing form in the markets, guys, right? And if you're reading from a textbook, an old textbook, you would say, "Oh, John, but this is an ascending triangle pattern. This is probably going to break to the upside and run." Do you know how many times I've seen the ascending triangle pattern actually? It's like an ascending triangle pattern, right? Be actually a bearish and actually break to the downside. And then, do you know, on top of all that, right? So welcome to the patterns of 2024, right? This is how the markets actually operate these days. I've seen it because there's a lot of false moves in the markets, and if you don't understand this, then they're going to suck you in, and then completely reverse against you. And so I wouldn't be too surprised if we are going to see a bit of a downward movement, which I see happening on the Russell. I'm hoping not the Russell, right? I'm hoping we do get that. Therefore, it could be a nice trade. But here's the thing, right? Looking at this level through here, I'm hoping that we can get something like this and something like that. If we get something like that, guys, guess what? We're probably going to get something like that down through here, probably down through here somewhere, and it's going to turn right back around, come right back up, and start to have a big move from here. It's going to be like a big V sort of shape through there. Now that there, by the way, guys, could last a couple of months, right? Meaning, right? This week might do something like this. Right? And then the next week we do something like that. Right? And then we might do something right? And then and then right? So you see what I'm saying there, right, guys? So yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying there. Now, looking at the S&P 500, and I want to share this from a candlestick perspective because it's much easier for you guys to be able to see this. Look at that candlesticky thingy-majiggy reversal, right? Look at it. It opened high, sellers came all the way up, and look at it. It even actually broke up to a brand new high. Buyers couldn't hold it and then reversed it to the downside. Look at that through there. Double top reversal. Expect to see now more downside to come out of this one through here, down through at least at this level through here, I would say, because that's at least that short-term level of support. And then we have to wait and see how all that's going to work out from there, right? Looking at the Dow Jones. Oh, sorry, we already looked at the Dow Jones. So should I say the Nasdaq? And the Nasdaq is doing something really similar as well too, right? Look at this here. Look at this here. Had a big rally up, and then came all the way down to reverse and close low. So there's a high probability now we're going to start to see at least the move down. And this actually makes sense, right? Because if you look at what I just said there, it's in a flow of how these cycles are working right now, right? Which is what? Up, then we get a drop. We'll come up, go sideways, we might get a drop down, and then we can continue back up again, right? So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, when it comes to all of that. Now let's go look at the good old silver and gold markets. And the good old silver and gold, I'm waiting to see whether this silver price going to be this false breakout move, right? It's like, look at this here. Major critical point through here. And the reason why is, look at it. It actually broke below here. And you can see that point through there. Definitely through there, right? There we go. From there to there. And look at it rejected from there. This is like the Russell, right? And the reason why this is important, guys, and I'm getting so excited about this, because guess what? If the market is telling us this is support, it rejected it, it actually came back up and rejected it here. If for some reason we start to do something like this, like that, what is that? What is that? Huh. There you go. There you go. There she is, right through there, right through that. We get something like that through there, and then we start to get like a bit of a reversal, like we get something like this here, and we start to get back above like that through there. I do know that this level through here, this level through here, this level through here. If we get a flush down through here, guys, on the short term, and if we do get the reversal in the markets, which is down, and then we do something like this, and we come straight back up and do something like that. Guess what? It's like bring on a big move of silver, right? Because this is now the false breakdown, and then the slingshot move coming out of the silver price from there. And now let's go look at the good old gold price. And again, the top and the drop, everything just looks really weak here, guys. Look at all this weakness here. The buys are really struggling right now in gold. So get ready for the flush down. Gold flush down is coming. Right? Look at this here, right? And this is where understand the market, right? Because the markets are talking to us right now. Look at this here. Strong move up, strong buyers. Look at that. Strong buyers. Oh, and then you see the differences here, right? So when the market's going up like that with that angle, it's strong. But when it's going like this overall, now we've got a weak buying leg. What does that mean? Get ready for a drop to the downside. Gold flush down is coming. So there we go, traders. Hope you guys enjoyed this. What I'm about to do right now is I'm about to play a clip of me in a car, in my car, driving to the gym, and it's going to talk to you about some stuff that's going to really help you when it comes to your trading. Have an amazing day, guys. Alrighty, traders. Hello, everyone. Hello. Today, I want to share something with you that for you are inspiring. Look at that. Oh, I'm just on my way to the gym right now. I've just finished doing my trading for this morning. There's so many amazing things that are setting up right now, right? Anyway, this is for you guys that are aspiring. Is that inspiring? Aspiring full-time traders out there. I want to get you guys, my last 20 years of experience in the markets, I want to get you guys understanding of what does actually full-time trading actually mean in the markets, right? And what does the truth about that actually mean? Because there's a lot of misconceptions out there that I had to overcome in my brain, in the way that I thought about my trading, the way I thought about making money from the markets, the way I thought about making income from the markets. I really had to I through a lot of hard, many years of slowly discovering this, and through a lot of again me thinking the wrong way, which caused me to force things, rush things, and actually probably go backwards. I want to just share probably one of the really biggest things that I had to learn when it comes to making money from trading, making an income from trading. Okay, making an income from trading is not the same as making an income from a job. And unfortunately, a lot of times, when I would, because like when I left school, I didn't have any degrees behind me. I was always in the lowest class. I was labeled ADHD, and I couldn't sit still, and my maths was horrible, and my grammar was horrible, and all this sort of stuff was horrible, right? Just shows you don't need to do that, you know, when it comes to your trading. So the whole thing about what I'm saying here, guys, is that so when I go to work, right? When I go to work at the end of the week, I'm like, okay, so I make X amount of dollars per week, right? Call it $1,000 a week back then. I'd leave school, and then when I left school, I actually went and worked for my father as a landscape gardener, right? So, and at this time, again, I didn't even know what a stock market was, or what stocks are, or options, or technical analysis. I didn't know any of that sort of stuff, right? So, the whole thing about what ended up happening is that I started to approach trading as in my job, meaning I need to make $1,000 a week this week to pay my bills. And the hard thing about that I didn't realize until many, many, many years later, probably around 10 years later, of thinking the wrong thing, was that that's not how trading is, right? Because I know for myself that there are months where there's going to be some really, really good trades, right? And it's going to be home run trades. There's going to be a lot of trades there. Things are going to be active. And there's going to be many months throughout the year where it's going to be quiet. You might have no trades for the whole month, right? But one thing I have found is that it counteracts things, right? I have found that if you can understand that flow, I always try to look at I always say I'm trying to make I make an income this year so I can pay the bills, not an income this week or this month, right? Because if just say for example, when I first started trading, my ultimate goal was $100,000 a year, right? Now I do that easy with my own trading. And I teach you all that sort of stuff for free in that first thing if you go to johnsfreegift.com, I can teach you all the stuff that I know for free in that course there. And so one of the things that I had to learn was that I always thought, okay, I want to make $100,000 a year, so that means I've got to make $8,000 a month, right? But one thing I realized that's not how trading works, right? One thing I realized is probably throughout the year, like I might have 1 month where I make $25,000 in 1 month, right? Say my goal was $100,000. I'd make $25,000 in a month trading, but maybe the next month, maybe I would be down $2,000, right? Or maybe the next month there was actually no trades, so my account stayed flat. And then maybe the next month I had a bit of a rough month, maybe I gave back $5,000 off that profit. And then maybe the next month, I had a really good month this month. I made $30,000. You see what I'm saying here? This seems to be the flow that I go through anyway of what I do. And the down months are not as bad anymore for me, because a lot of the times when I have down months, meaning negative months where I've lost money for that month, especially with my trading system, because it's one of the greatest trading systems on the planet, and I really believe that, is that one thing that I have learned is that a lot of the times with my losing trades, it's me, right? It's me. I'm really taking like dumbass trades and things that just, it's me, right? I lower my standards, I lower my discipline, all that sort of stuff, right? And that tends to happen after a really good month, right? I might have a really good month, so like for example, like right now, I may say I might make over $100,000 in a month, and then I know my ego starts to kick in. So, but the more experience that I've been getting, as I said, now going on 20 years, or now on 20 years in this world, these markets, that the less that happens now. So, I wanted to really share this with you guys, to share with you that if you're looking to make the trading a full-time income, the first thing I do say is that it's not like the job, right? It's not like a job. If you're trying to rely on this month's income as for trading to pay your bills, one thing I've found is that is actually bad. And the reason why is because now you're actually putting pressure on yourself, right? Now you're putting pressure on yourself to make this money. And unfortunately is that a lot of the times, or a lot of the months, guess what? There might not be many trades that your system actually produces. And that's just the way trading goes, right? Some months are active, some months are not, right? So one thing that So when it comes down to that, is that one thing I did is in the past is that because I was trying to make the $10,000 a month, which is $100,000 a year, right? If I would, maybe the first couple of weeks of the month, I would have not many trades, but then now I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't had any trades. I need to make my 10,000 a month. And then I'd start to make up trades, and guess what ended up happening? I'd lower my standards, I'd lower my discipline. I'd be taking just any ordinary thing to make money, and then I'd go backwards. I'm like, oh man, fuck. Wow, man, right? And then I'd end up going backwards from there. Now, the next thing that I do say is what ended up happening to me is that I found that the less time that I had to focus on the markets, the better my results became. So I used to trade intraday charts a lot. I used to trade, 10, 12 hours a day sometimes, just crazy, like Forex markets and futures markets and 1 minute charts and 2 minute charts and 5 minute charts, and the Forex markets and the Aussie market throughout the day and US futures markets at night and just crazy stuff. Now my only trading time when I'm actually doing my trading is the last half an hour of the US market. But my income has skyrocketed when it comes to my trading results. Right? So I found that the more, because I found that the more hours that I'll be looking for trades, because trading is very, very, very mentally draining, right? It's very, very, very mentally draining. And I'll be sitting there for many hours watching the 1 minute chart go past or the 2 minute charts go past, all this sort of stuff, or the 5 minute charts. I'll be watching this and sitting there for hours and hours and hours and hours looking for trades. And then guess what ends up happening? You become tired, don't you? Become tired. You're like, oh my goodness. And then you start to make a lot of mistakes, right? And I found that I was making so many mistakes by sitting in front of the screen so long, trying to look for trades every single day. Because I thought, oh, well, the more hours I trade, the more I'm gonna make. And it became the opposite. I started making all these stupid, dumbass mistakes, and I might be having a good month, and then suddenly I'd blow it. I'd do something stupid, because I was tired and I was all that sort of stuff. Now what I have found is, especially for me, I live in Australia myself, so I have found that like right now, I get up at say 4:30 in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. My trading time is 5:30 through to 6 o'clock, which is the last half an hour of the US stock market close. I have scans that help me scan the markets, and I'm going through the markets really quickly. I'm 100% focused. I'm making good trading decisions. I'm getting in, I'm getting out, and then that's it. That's my trading. Now, I have my losing trades as well too, guys, and all that sort of stuff. But I've found that by having a really small time to be 100% focused, right? Not watching the markets and having YouTube videos in the background or stuff. No, 100% focused of making really good decisions. I found that my success rate went up. And then ultimately I was making much better trading decisions because I was so focused on making good trading decisions. And what ended up happening is that my income actually exploded, and I started taking less trades. My income went up, and then also the balance of my life also went up as well too, right? So, like I'm really into active sports. I go to the gym right now. Lately I've been doing wakeboarding. You guys know wakeboarding at the cables and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of wakeboarding lately. I've been like really learning how to do that properly. Lately it's been the water being beating the shit out of me, if you guys know what I mean there. But I just wanted to share this with you here, guys. So the big two things I really wanted to share with you guys, if you want to become a full-time trader, full-time trading sounds like you're going to work 8 hours, right? I've found the opposite. Is that now initially, if you join my coaching program, if you go to getjohnshelp.com, you can apply for my coaching program. Initially, you're going to spend a good 3, 6, maybe 12 months really spending a lot of time outside of the markets, developing your eye, developing your understanding for the system, the pattern, confidence, so on and so forth. Like I still spend a lot of time outside the markets now, right? Outside of my actual trading time, but I'm doing that because I'm just going over the patterns, going over the systems and building confidence and so on and so forth, right? So the two big things, guys, for you guys that want to become full-time traders in this world is that, one, understand that there's an ebbs and flows to the markets. If you have a really, really, really good month, right, where there's lots of trades, lots of good trading, I guarantee you probably the next month is going to be the complete opposite, where there's not going to be many trades. You're going to have to really require a lot more discipline, really require a lot more patience of waiting for these setups and not just jumping in any ordinary bullshit. And one thing I've found is that the more hours that I traded, the more mistakes I made, the less money I made. The less hours I traded and using scans, my success rate went higher. I had smaller losses, I had big profits, and throughout the year, my income actually exploded. So anyway, traders, hope this helps you out. Speak to you soon.